G'day folks, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Hope you guys are doing well. We are still in the lower city apparently, although I don't exactly know where I am in the scheme of things. In the previous episode, however, we did have a bit of an issue. We sort of saw the consequences of a lot of our actions, let's just say. Including one with Dareth over here. So I'm glad to see that she's, you know, separated from her husband, because her husband was obviously a horrible person. But yeah, I wonder whether or not not healing him would have been a better choice, and whether or not, you know, they would have stuck together and life would have been better that way. Although, I mean, it's a bit of a strange relationship, isn't it? Because, like, she seemed to still love him to some degree, enough to, you know, try and, you know, live with him for, you know, that period of time when he was still, you know, diseased, let's say, but didn't want him to fully heal, though. So, yeah. I'm pretty happy with the outcome, to be honest, despite everything. Plenty more people to speak to, so let's get to it, and then we can sort of decide what we want to do moving forward.
From one warrior to another, I must say, it's just embarrassing the way the Flaming Fist lets this murderer go around killing people and getting away with it.
Well, we are trying our best to see if we can catch this person. You don't think the Fists are up to the task?
They used to be capable enough, but they've gotten slow and lazy. Corruption makes you soft.
How would you deal with it?
I'd start a special crime unit. A half-dozen hard cases. Grab some likely losers in the back alleys and beat on them until we got some answers. Commander Portier says she already has some investigators she trusts. Soft-talking namby-pambies, I'd wager. When they fail, and they will, count on it. She knows where to find Dame Gizar. And then it'll be my turn.
Okay. Bit of a hard case then. Bombasto.
I sure wouldn't want to be one of the Flaming Fists. They got the shittiest job in town. Believe me, I know something about knocking heads together.
Alright. Then all of these people in this round table. There's Larixa as well. I do want to have a chat with her.
Well, well, look what the bugbear dragged in. Can't believe we both made it to the city, and with our limbs attached.
Okay, we can trade with her. Let's talk to her about other stuff first, though. What are you doing here?
Working. What else? Alan's short on coppers. The counting house is screwing him over. He was willing to hire anyone who'd work for cheap. And I'm nothing if not cheap.
Okay. So this count house is a bit of an issue, isn't it? Less talking, more working. Where's Ulfira? The two of you usually together, no?
Check the roof. But you didn't hear that from me.
Okay. Let's just take a look at what she has to trade this way. A bet is a bet. I got inspiration from that. just a little bit of food, I guess. So, don't need to worry about that. Never call yourself cheap, Larissa. Larissa? Lacrissa. I think I've been pronouncing this name wrong all this time. Never call yourself cheap, Lacrissa. You're priceless.
Oh, you are smooth, hero. I knew there was a reason I missed you. I need to get back to work, but stick around. You brighten the place up.
Well, good to see that she made it all the way.
What path lies before me?
Maybe we should go for the round table first, though. Looks like they're playing cards or something.
I need a quick word.
I've been thinking about it. No, I feel bad about all them refugees, but we just can't let them flood into the city. We'd be overwhelmed. In fact, that's probably the Absolute Army's plan.
There might be some truth to that.
As far as I'm concerned, Lord Gortash gets the benefit of the doubt. Until he does something obviously wrong, he's got my support. We can't afford to be squabbling with the Absolute crawling up our asses.
If it were up to me, I'd replace all the flaming fists with steel watchers. At least the big teapots don't make lewd suggestions when you pass by. They smell better too.
Just between us, I don't believe everything I hear from Archduke Gortash. He's entirely too slick to be trustworthy.
Okay. Yeah, everyone seems to have differing opinions about the entire situation. But the refugee situation, I do half think that not all of the refugees are actually refugees. Perhaps maybe some of them may be cultists in disguise. Not to mention the doppelganger situation as well. Rules for Elf Song customers. Tavern rules. Cash only, pay at the bar. No solicitation of paid intimacy. No spitting on the floor or walls. No conjuration or summoning from other planes. No fighting in the Elf Song. Take it outside. No undead or ghosts. We have our own. Okay. Apparently there are ghosts here, maybe? I keep feeling that there's like a bit of shaking going on, and perhaps maybe there is some combat going on somewhere. Let's have a chat with the bartender, Alan Aleth.
Aye, aye. Pull up a seat. If you can find one spare, that is.
Business going well?
With all this talk of war, what else are folk to do but drink? I reckon the murder we'd had something to do with it too. Got punters all intrigued. On that morbid note, what can I get you fine self?
Tell me more about the murder.
Going to make this place famous, I reckon. Victim is a bloody duke. Boleyn Stelmane. Well, she was a duke. Now she's just bloody. I reckon I'll be able to charge double for that room once the constable's done with it. Murders and ghosts are always grand for business. At least, I hope.
Yeah, there were the flaming fists that were guarding the way up into the upper levels. So I'd be curious to maybe check what's going on upstairs. Maybe some kind of a crime scene has been set up. Have you got anything to trade?
It's been slim picking since the Absolute butchered that supply convoy. But have a look.
Yeah, okay, just food and stuff. We'll probably drop off stuff we don't need here. Oh, actually, he doesn't have cash. Or does he? Yes, no, he does. My bad.
Fill your boots, mate.
Oh. People can still see us from here. Just want to take a quick peek. Who knows if we'll take stuff or not, but...
Come on, open up.
Quiet now. We don't want Chef Rovere overhearing us. And don't push. There's enough for everyone.
With haste.
Your Eminence. How do you address an Archduke? Your Excellence? Your Eminence?
So is there anything else that we need to look at around here? There's this room, which is like some kind of a comedy club, maybe. The Laugh Riot. Let's have a look.
Snappy dresser, that Willoughby. Though he should lose the monocle.
Phibbs Brogan.
Get ready! I hear this guy is really good. My buddy Roanoke almost pissed himself laughing.
This dwarf in the audience matches the description of that serial killer. He bears watching.
What in the hell's are you staring at? I got spinach in my teeth.
Okay. Yes, that's right. A dwarf that dresses in red. No. Nice doublet, that's all. Red. That's nice.
Isn't it? Got it at Carmen's, if you must know. Now, button it, I want to hear this guy.
I mean, it does say that his name is Phibbs, though, so not Dollar. But who knows, maybe this is not his real name. Harvard Willoughby. I'll have a chat with him in a second.
Look away. Act like you don't know me. Come on, be a pal.
I mean, we don't know you, so sure. Waldo Walnut.
I am hopeful that we shall be thoroughly entertained. I hear this fellow is monstrously droll.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Welcome to the Elf Song Traveller Tavern. No, wait. That's backwards. Anyway, my dad tells the jokes here. Sometimes they're funny.
At least he's honest. A thorough index of hilarious topics. Puns. Air emitted from the southernmost hole. Coincidence. A funny face. Public houses and their vagaries. Pratfalls and other physical pranks. Funny little creatures. The misfortune of the other. And stink. Alright, let's see what this guy's got.
Hey, smart stuff. I'm Willoughby, the comedian. And we got a little contest here called the Laugh Riot. You want to play along?
I'll bite. What's this Laugh Riot?
It's all about the Boffo-Yoks. We see who can tell the funniest stories, and the winner gets the prize.
Funniest stories. Alright, you're on. It's gotta be better than killing rats.
Great! I'll go first to show you how it's done, and then you can see if you can top me. Hello, Baldurians! You know, I wouldn't be here tonight, except my wife ran off with a cambium. That's right, I got fiend zoned.
Fiend zone.
We used to have a drow comedian. I had to ask her to stop casting Tasha's hideous laughter on the audience. Then I asked her how many drow it takes to light a torch, and she said, none. We have dark vision. So I killed her.
The Elf Song patrons think that one's funny. There may be hope for you yet.
Your turn, smart stuff. Knock 'em dead, but not literally. Got me?
I've seen a lot of like YouTubers, like really big YouTubers, get into this sort of joke, the hardly knower joke. I don't know what's really going to succeed. I don't really like the first one, but yeah, maybe we'll go with a third. Hey, I asked my wizard to cast Shatter. He said, Shatter? I hardly know her.
If that's the best you got, smart stuff, you should quit before the crowd gets angry.
Okay. I like the second one. I tried sleeping with the Dragonborn the other day, but it didn't work out. He had reptile dysfunction.
Win or lose, I'm stealing that one.
I don't have the balls. Oh man. Sorry guys. I am sick, as I mentioned in the previous episode. I've already had a strepsil, but I'm feeling like things are getting dry again. Mind Flayer's Duagar's slave lost his nose, so I asked the Illithid, how does he smell? And he said, I've eaten its brain. The third one is not too bad. Oh man, but I feel like the first one is the funniest. I don't know if we'd actually get it with the first one, but why not? The Dead 3, am I right? What losers? You know why Bane worshippers will never conquer the world? I don't have the balls. Balls? The bales? The balls.
Don't joke about religion, smart stuff.
A single person applauds from the back of the room, probably out of pity.
Sorry, smart stuff. No joy for you, I'm afraid. But that sounds like job security for me.
I wonder what you could get as a reward if you manage to beat him. Can we do it again?
Another triumph. Yes, indeedy. I'm still the comedy king.
We did have the opportunity to trade with him just before, so I was actually a little bit curious about that, but that's okay. Maybe the ship has sailed. Alright. Not bad. Bit of a character, that one. Wonder if we'll actually see him again. Have we spoken to everyone here? I think so, at least on the lower levels. So it's time to go upstairs. Enforcer Schooner. Did I speak to this person before?
Welcome, traveller. Remember, this ain't the blushing mermaid. It's the elf song. So behave yourself.
I guess you must be the tavern's hired muscle.
That's right. And a lonely job it is too. When you're the muscle, no one thinks about your heart.
Maybe you should change jobs? Can you sing? A tavern always needs bards.
Very funny. Go on inside. We're looking for comedians.
Okay, let's have a chat with the fist.
Halt, Civvy. Turn back. This is an active crime scene.
Hold on, Thornhill. I'm tired of standing here. Devella's been up there for ages. Some diversion would be welcome.
Devella, isn't that the assistant to the I forget the name of the floating little elephant. Investigator Valeria told me to speak with Constable Devella.
Constable Devella said she wasn't to be...
Investigator Valeria outranks her. As you were, Civvy. Fair warning, though. She's in a foul mood.
We probably will need to do some checks then with this. What the hell are you doing back there? Right behind all of the barrels. Weird. Scratch is sniffing something there.
Stelmane's parlor. A place to receive clients and informants. I wonder if it's as I remember it.
So this is all about investigating all of the murders. Trying to get Orin's Netherstone. I wonder if we should be progressing that right this moment, because it is part of the main quest. Maybe it's better if we try to focus on some of the other stuff first. Yeah. I'm thinking, guys, it might be a good idea for us to leave this for the time being. Okay, yeah, we sort of know now where we are in the scheme of things. Let's come back to this, just because I don't want to accidentally lose out on some of the other quest lines that we have if we progress the main story too quickly. I want to go back into the sewers because, you know, we went one way onto the Emperor's hideout, but there is another door that we can potentially reach, right? So let's go back there, and we'll progress that at the very least. And then I sort of want to go back to Ribbington again, because when we went back, you know, very briefly, we did see a whole bunch of stuff that, you know, was marked down on the map, and perhaps maybe we should check in on all of those and see how things progress that way. Can I go through and destroy this wall? Not sure. From looking at the map, it looks like it could be connected, or maybe not, actually. This is all grayed out. Take that back. Okay. So this is where we were when we had all of that hoo-ha with Orin. So I want to get everyone across again. So yeah, let's do it.
No one's stopped me yet.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
I have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Wanna dance?
Also thinking I want to try and reach this lever. Oh, I should probably just jump there. Maybe there's no need to jump to that scaffold.
No time to rest.
Well, I was about to say, I want to try and get to the lever, and perhaps maybe the best way to do that is to put on those boots that, you know, remove all, like, acid damage. I assume maybe it's going to be acid or poison or something like that. We'll have to take a look.
Is that blood? Looking ahead.
Alright, we all made it.
The gods are watching me.
Bunch everyone together, and let's take a look at what's inside. Oh. Death's Head of Bale Blythe. Nightblade File. And can't really check who that person is, but Unstoppable 2. Reduce the next damage taken by entity to 1 and consumes 1 charge of Unstoppable. Unstoppable creatures cannot be moved by any external forces, mundane or magical. What the hell? That is incredibly powerful. So they've got 2 charges of this, I think. Which means that you'd have to sacrifice 2 lots of damage before you'd be able to even start dealing decent damage. This guy doesn't have the same condition. Yeah, I was sort of thinking, is this going to lead us to the guild, perhaps, but not the case. Or maybe there's another entry point here. We'll find out what these guys are all about. Maybe we'll go into conversation initially. I know that we are currently, I don't want to say allied with Orin, but we did make that deal. If we start attacking these guys, okay, there are a whole bunch of refugees down there, all frightened. If we attack these guys, does that break our agreement? I'm not sure, actually.
Still alive, so that's progress.
But we've just done a quick save, so
Halt! This one is an ally of Our Lady in Red. Orin spoke of you. You walk in the Dread Lord's favor. Perhaps you wish to partake in his service. Go ahead. Their blood is yours to spill.
I will not slaughter these people. I will free them from your tyranny.
Heretic! You act against Orin, you act against Baal, and our Lord has no mercy for sinners.
Yeah, so let me just check on the journal here, because the last thing I want is for us to fail this. Yeah. I don't know if it updates after we perhaps kill a whole bunch of these guys. Could be. I'm gonna set this alight. This oil barrel. I probably need like a fire spell for that though.
Forever dauntless.
Is there a situation where we can get all of them in and ignite the barrel without touching blue? I think so. Because I want to expend one of the charges, if we can, in this spell. Very nice. Okay. So we'll do Brand the Weak. So for 3 turns, I think we can put on Slash the Weak. Actually, this needs a long rest, doesn't it? Maybe for the amount of enemies that we're dealing with, it might not be worthwhile. In which case, I might just engage. With Will. I'm going to park him on this side though, because I probably do want a little bit of space for Karlach to work with, although I don't like being so close to the edge here. Maybe it's alright for us to be just around here. Blue, instead of using something like Hunter's Mark, I think I'm just going to jump away. We're not taking an opportunity attack or anything, so that's good. And take away one more of the charges here. Okay. And now that they're not unstoppable anymore, we should be able to just deal additional damage. Nice crit. Let's bring blue back a little bit.
On the victor's path.
Charm. Did we manage to get hit at all? So... okay, we succeeded the saving throw against the stunning gaze, that's why. And nothing hit, actually, so that was really good. Very good outcome for us. Scratch, you can hang back. Karlach, we'll get you in, and we'll have you dealing as much damage as possible. Oh no! No! No, I made the mistake of thinking that this didn't need the bonus action. Damn it! Well, that complicates things. That's alright, we can still do some damage though. Okay, we did get gaping wounds there, so that's not too bad, but... yeah, not ideal. Anyway.
Aye, aye.
Ursa.
What's the plan?
Or do we get... Shadowheart in? 32 HP. Let's try hold person here. Brilliant. Aura of murder. Affected entity is vulnerable to piercing damage.
My turn.
Ursa. Can we attack? Yes, we can. So with hold person... Yeah, okay. It doesn't say that the hold will be removed once they take damage, so... Nice. So this hopefully will clear up. Did we just have a check? What happened to all of the refugees? I thought we saw some refugees over here.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Can I clear this all up, I wonder?
No time to dally.
Probably going to be the same as what happened in the previous area. There is a vent here though, so perhaps maybe we can just cover it with something.
And these things have stayed interesting.
Let's jump across. Let me just take another look here. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about us failing Orin's quest or anything. So let's hope it just stays that way. Come on, Scratch.
One day I'll catch
The
a
lever
break.
over here. Did that just open something? Oh, okay. It did switch it off, I think. Yeah. I was gonna just put some boxes over the vent, but probably don't need to do that anymore. I'm not sure what happened to all of those refugees, though. I thought they were all still alive. How did they all die?
Let's have a look.
Strange. Unless the explosion that I made up here somehow affected these guys down here as well, but I assumed that there were no noxious fumes around this area. Hang on. Murderous cut. I missed that. Whoops. Grab all of those. Oh, take 1 damage there. Whoops. Is there anything hidden away back here? I guess not. Just do another quick save here, just in case. There looks to be some kind of a raft gondola looking thingy over there. Refugee Kathy. Corpse is too damaged. Farbs. Yeah, these ones are a little bit unique in that they have names. Oh no! Yikes. Okay. No! Scratch! Man, that gave me a bit of a surprise. Wonder if I should be continuing or not, or if I should be going back to Rivington at this point. Is there... Yeah, okay, there's a lever over that way. I suppose maybe we can shoot it. Where does it lead us, though? I'm thinking maybe we take the door first and see where this takes us.
Right tool will do the trick.
More sewers. Maybe more traps up there. I do see a lot of grease. Cranium rat. What?
Gang, what are we supposed to be doing?
Methods.
Told us to watch for troublemakers.
But we are troublemakers.
Shut up and keep your mucky little peepholes peeled.
Huh. Are we getting ahead of ourselves here? I don't know. I kind of want to also go and speak to the Harpers because we kind of need to look for Minsk as well, right? So I'm gonna see if I can just go through the door that we picked to try and get to the Harpers and see if we can just meet them that way, or if they would all become hostile because we took this pathway in. Sorry, these are not Harpers, these are guild people. Okay, so yeah, for some reason I thought these were Harpers because we're trying to find the High Harper. That's what's happening. So speak to Nine Fingers Keen at the guild hall. Plenty of other people to speak to before we even get to Nine Fingers though. So let's just start chatting away and see what happens.
Before you ask, I ain't got none of that plum Prosecco. Now, what can I get you, newcomer?
Got any gossip you can share?
Around here, silence is golden, mate. Best remember that. Now, what can I get you?
What do you have then?
Beverages of distinction, or in some cases, extinction, if you ain't careful. How you feeling today? Lucky?
Sure, let's see the liquor list. Ooh, hang on. What do we have here? Drunken cloth. Snowy liver. While drunk, you have advantage on constitution saving throws and you gain temporary hit points equal to your constitution modifier at the start of your turn. So you'd have to constantly be, you know, carrying around booze with you. Not that we have any shortage of booze, that is. Long ago, Kushigo was a warrior, bedecked in enormous stag-antlered plates. His arrival spelled doom for the enemy. This flimsy cloth speaks nothing to that legacy. I guess it's more tailored for monks and unarmed builds. Let's have a chat with Floridor.
Careful around the steel watch. The old guard gave thieves a slap on the wrist, but those bolted bastards will rip off the whole damn arm.
What's the point in paying the guild for protection when they've pulled back all their crews? There's a bloody army coming.
Lady Flux.
Bare hands.
Lady Croup.
A charm, of course. And then you'll do it yourself.
Hans Feather.
Very well.
No distractions, mate. Nine Fingers has me watching over Pierre Priss here. Wants her friends in Parliament close with this new Duke making moves.
Carnelia.
You did not see me. A peer of the Parliament openly walking the Guildhall would sell a few copies of Baldur's Mouth, I expect.
Why do I feel like I've seen the surname before? Van Thamper.
If it's Uktar you're after, he's in with the Guildmaster. Not even Nine Fingers Keen can escape the great balancing of guild books.
Snapbone.
Your eyes are going to want to wander all over this gold. It's only natural. Just make sure it stops at your eyes, aye?
Sticky Dondo. Okay.
Fetcher isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling?
And where do you get the items that you sell?
Let's just say the previous owners no longer have a use for them. Got me?
Gotcha.
Fetcher isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling?
Let's take a look at what he has. Ooh, interesting. Shade Slayer Cloak. Stealthy critical. While hiding, the number you need to roll a critical while attacking is reduced by 1. This effect can stack. Perfect for Astarion, I would say. And at this point in the game, it's probably a good idea for us to load up on all of the ingredients that any vendors might have. Because we'll be making all of those potions and elixirs. I don't know how I feel about like buying dyes and stuff anymore, because I don't know if I'm likely to use it. Unless maybe it's quest related at some point. For less than 700 gold, this is pretty decent. I think that might be an automatic buy. Let's get Will in there. And this time around, I do want to make sure that we're wearing Furzu's Ring of Trading. So that should give us even more bonuses.
Ever onward.
Fetcher isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling?
We're still getting minus 47%, which is the same as usual, though. So I don't know if that's really giving us a benefit or not. Deception checks. Okay, right. It doesn't actually affect the discount. I suppose maybe I would want a ring that gives us better persuasion then. The more persuasion we have, the better the discount, perhaps, I think? Maybe. Anyway, doesn't matter. I am still going to buy the cloak regardless. Perfect. And maybe I should be, yeah, as I said, buying all of the crafting ingredients here. Got a bit of a, yeah, a bit of cash on us, so should be okay. Good stuff. So I should just send that to Astarion so that we can help ourselves remember that that's something that he needs to wear. Send that to camp, and I think we're looking good.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Alright, let's continue looking around. And I'll be very curious to see if there is a sort of main entrance / exit for the guild hall elsewhere, because we sort of stumbled into this place through the sewer. Yeah, there's a few people over here.
They're all on the same... Don't give me that squinty side eye like all those paranoid guildies. Nine Fingers is well respected in the Zentarim. If the Stone Lord's pressing in on her territory, we're here to help.
How does the guild feel about you pressing in on their territory?
Missed the welcome parade, did you? Hugging, tears. It was just lovely. True, we've been better liked in towns we bloody conquered, but it's hard to blame Nine Fingers. On top, undisputed for years. Then you have to call the likes of us in to protect you from some shithead calling himself Stone Lord. I'd be embarrassed too.
Fine jewelry, lifted fresh.
Happy hands.
Don't bug me. I'm making plans. Big plans, see?
Oh, it's Mole.
Wow, look who it is. Glad to see you in the city. Hope you found plenty of coin in Ketterick's coffers. Ready to do some business?
How did you escape Moonrise?
I survived the hells when Elturel fell. Compared to that, slipping out of Moonrise was child's play.
Well, it's good to see you again. What are you up to this time?
Oh, I've got a few ideas. I'll be running this whole place in no time.
Is this a guild business you're running here?
That's right, specialising in pre-owned goods. You want to trade? Talk to Sticky there. I'm in management. Busy, you know.
Okay, so that wasn't too bad, trying to find Mole in that case, but what about the other kitties? Would we be able to tell them that Mole is safe? Or are they still back in Moonrise Towers? I'm not entirely sure now.
This is supposed to be the greatest fest hall under the city. So where's all the bloody fun?
Tut. Thistlebog.
Hey, Foss. Seen Foss?
Who the hell is Foss? There's a plaque here.
The Guildhall has one rule. All crime stays in the city streets, where it belongs. Break this rule, and you die.
Okay. Fair warning. Fishbait Arno. Where does this take us, I wonder? Oh, okay, so this takes us back to the lower city. Yeah, I was very sure that there was a proper entrance to the guild hall. And not just the entrance that we stumbled across. Man, this place is gigantic. Feels like a bit of a maze. Alright, back in there. Although there are people out here to speak to as well.
Who let you through? That's Grunt. Bloody idiot.
Here's the Nine Fingers. Good luck.
What's up for discussion?
Stop! What are you doing? Are you trying to sneak past us, Grunts? Do not worry. Guild's friends are Tuskgrunt's friends. And I don't hurt my friends. Unless they deserve it.
Okay. Well, it's a little bit too late for the tough act there, because we already managed to make our way into the guild.
What to do?
Oi! Mess with us, and it'll be the last thing I do. I mean you do. Shit!
Let's move.
Okay, so they're built on top of like this ruined house. Looks like some kind of a landslide. Anyway, let's go back down. Let's go back into the guild. And there's obviously going to be plenty more for us to do in there. Oh, okay, and then we got experience again for finding the guild hall from the main entrance? Strange. Let's climb down.
Hmm?
Not the talking sort.
Maybe that's why this Stone Lord is pushing so hard. He wants Keen's underroads all to himself.
Underroads. Perhaps maybe that's the gondola-looking thing that we saw.
Go on. Technically, I'm supposed to be on watch.
Uniform's a bit patchy, I know. I was Flaming Fist. But the writing's on the wall there. The Steel Watch will be snatching up our contracts in no time.
Not if we have anything to say about it.
I know times are tough, but this crowd could mingle a bit, eh? We're all on the same side.
Rugen.
That drink I promised will have to wait. We're moving out. The elf song's my local. Look me up if you're in the city.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, we were at the elf song already, but we didn't see you there. I suppose maybe something's about to happen, and then maybe after that he might be there. What's going on downstairs, though?
Stay alert.
Any news, Digger?
No. Watch for the signal.
Oh, there's a way down here. I was gonna say, can we move Lugario out of the way? Perception.
That might be worth a look.
A tarnished ring. I'm concerned that there might be booby traps down here, although maybe unlikely considering the number of NPCs. Let's take a look at that. A cheap ring marred by rust and a thin patina of neglect. Ah. Okay. Didn't seem very special, though. I'm not entirely sure why we had the option of picking it up. Maybe just to sell, simply. Okay, right, so this loops back. Okay, there's a little bit of cheer going on there. So there was one of the patrols, though, that I didn't get to speak to. I suppose he's probably not going to be that important, so let's not worry about it. And yeah, I'm going to head this way. See what's going on. Can we interrupt lyrics?
I'm sorry, sweetie pie. I don't do requests. But toss me a few coppers, and I'll shoot you a saucy wink across the bar.
I'm enjoying your current repertoire.
I could smell the good taste on you the moment you walked over here. Maybe I'll even throw in that saucy wink for free.
Saucy winks. It's always nice.
Guildhall is not what it was. No gambling, no blood games, not even a pissy little peacock fight. Bored.
Yeah, it does seem rather uneventful in the Guildhall, but...
You won't find much fun here today. Guildmasters batten down the hatches till the Stone Lord problem's dealt with.
maybe they're all just a little bit too serious about what's going on with the rivalry. The Stone Lord. I wonder if the Stone Lord has his own hideout, and therefore maybe we can sort of compare what the two groups are like.
Right. Which crew are you with? Bellbreakers? The Children of Hor?
The names ring familiar. Two of the many crews that make up the Guild. A loose collective with ties to every criminal enterprise in the city's underworld.
The Worm Skulls? Consider me an independent operator.
In between scores, then? Oh, there's no shame in that. This Stone Lord business has even the bigger crews shutting up shop for a while. Fair warning, the Guildmaster wants no fraternizing with the Zentarim. They're here to work, not share war stories. They
Okay.
won't be much use to us if they're drinking and dicing when the Stone Lord kicks the door down.
So basically the Zentarum and the Guild have formed a bit of an alliance. But we have seen the Zentarum, or at least some of its agents, working for the cultists as well, right? So maybe they've got their fingers in multiple pies here. You're so sure that the Stone Lord's going to attack?
Well, whoever he is, he doesn't seem very keen on talking. He came out of nowhere and ate up half our turf in a 10-day. So if you're speaking to the Guildmaster, maybe step soft around the topic.
Oh, we definitely will need to speak to the Guildmaster. Did we speak to Violet? Can't remember now.
Ribbon's crew lost the sewer tunnels. That'll be the third crew the Stone Lord pushed out this 10-day.
Thanks, but no thanks.
You can get near anywhere in the city from here without seeing daylight. Once you don't mind the tangy smell of sewer.
Look now, the Guildmaster's little hunt is bringing all sorts of new faces out of the woodwork.
Let me have a read of this. Scrappy order book. Several loose scraps of paper have been stuck together, forming a haphazard order sheet. Wrinkled Tom, 3 copies of An Apple for My Mistress by Lenap Glynn, to fit within a child's carry case. Finglewort, The Eye of the Beholder by Promividus, to be sealed with highly flammable resin. Nan Mangle, 12 copies of The Summoning of Selune, miniature, use cheap paints.
Keen might look down on the Zentarim, but she'll be glad of us once the Stone Lord comes knocking.
And that leads all the way back down. Okay, cool. So I think we've looked at the entire guild already. Except for the area behind these two doors. So I'm definitely going to go in, but probably something that we'll reserve for the next episode. And my plan at this point is to just chip away at all of the different little sort of bits of Baldur's Gate, because there's just so much. And I'm trying not to miss anything, so I might go back to Rivington in the next episode and just see what else we can complete out there before coming back to the lower city. I think that sounds like a good plan. Chuck us that like down below if you enjoyed it, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.